What's up, guys? Stream's gonna be starting soon. I just want to test my audio works. So the other thing is I increased my bit rate today. I'm hoping that it looks a little bit sharper, but I want to make sure that the stream health is okay. It's orange right now, which is okay. See what that... I'll have to keep an eye on that. What's up, guys? I'm gonna be right back. We're gonna be starting soon. Check out Wall. Dang it! I wanted to put the link on GitHub. I was gonna say what. My lighting's not fantastic right now. I just whipped out this little website. Let me put the link in my code. Let's put in the header. No, this is not gonna look good. I'm just not gonna worry about updating this for now. I'll just leave this up in case I want to reference the code in the future. Yeah, I think I need to lower my lights. It's not that much better. That's kind of better, but I'm a little glossy. I think I just like it where it was before. I'll be getting a new webcam soon. Cillian Murphy. I guess a little bit. David, I've never used Strappy, so I do not know. William, I would be down to try React navigation stuff. I mean, it's not that early for me. It's 6 p.m., so yeah. Free food. It looks like I'm in the green, so that means it's on your end. I think I'm good on my end bitrate wise. Tanae, I put it right here for you. You can let me know if it continues. I can try lowering the bitrate and see if it's related to that. Allie, I do want to stream on Twitch, and I'm going to be transitioning there. I am going to, so I think I decided that I'm going to do I'm at 1.5k followers. I think when I get to like 2,000 maybe, I'll switch over to Twitch. Basically, I'm just getting some of my audience over to Twitch first because not everyone knows that I live stream right now, so I'm going to I've been doing a couple on YouTube first. But this is going to be happening. I didn't know if this queue was a good idea or not. I just wanted to try Tailwind CSS, so I made this little program in it. Don't show the queue on stream. Oh, let me pull it up on my phone. How bad are you talking? What do you mean, Samba? Where do you want me to announce it? But basically, yeah, YouTube live streaming is kind of crap. Twitch is a lot better of a platform. We actually got a legit first person, I think. Your mom. Nah, Eric. So I'm sorry to disappoint you. This is just the default that they show on the side. I'm not actually logged in this browser. Pokimane. She's actually live right now. Okay, let me code a remove button real quick on this, and then we will start. It's gonna be super duper easy. So I just add a new API route, remove. I mean, this is kind of abusable too, but it's okay. I don't know. I'm trying out Mongo for the first time. So we'll see if my syntax is even remotely correct. And I'm doing serverless. I just forgot what I called this thing. It's called ConnectedDB. Alright, so this is going to be my remove function. And then I have these cards. I actually don't feel like this because it's gonna need to do auth too. We just have to deal with it. I'm gonna have to. It's currently on. Can you disable the new follower sound? I actually was thinking about doing it. Is it spamming it right now? Tell me if this removes the sound. I don't know if it will, because I just hit it. I'm going to have to do something annoying where I'm going to have to like delete it in here. So this is, I'm connected to my MongoDB in the shell. This is Mongo Atlas. Is that where I hosted? I think it's called Mongo Atlas. All right, so I can say q.find. I see all these. This is the one I want to remove. Dude, I bet I do have actually, I don't think we have XSS in this. I don't think there's an XSS. I'm using React, guys. Nice try, though. I actually am curious if this works. I don't think it does. By the way, this might just be a big waste of time, and I just won't use the queue. We'll see how hard this is. Mongo remove by ID. I unlist them. You can message me if you want these afterwards. I have to wrap in object ID. Hey, it actually removed it. Santiago, I have seen Michael Reeves streams. You'd be better at making that kind of stuff, IMO. Yes, I actually that might be a direction that I go in. So here's the thing. I'm actually trying to think about how to make coding and live streaming work, because a lot of times it just doesn't really work. It's kind of boring, and I might not even be doing a good job of it right now. But yeah, the first thing I'm trying is doing some pair programming stuff. But that might not even be like a really good for this. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That was the other thing. Sometimes my computer would not be able to handle it. I went from 3 to 400. Let's go to 4,000. Try that. All right. Yes, I have heard of George Hotz. So here's the thing. So here are my ideas. So this is what I'm trying right now. I don't know if this will really work. The second one that I'm going to try when I'm on Twitch is doing a try to teach a thought how to program. All right, so that's going to be what I'm going to try to do when I go on Twitch. So that's going to be coming soon. And the thing is, coding an interesting project doesn't work. I don't think it really works. But demoing one will. Ted. That's we'll split these into two. That's two really good titles there. So we're gonna split that into two categories. King Dario, I think I've been thinking about that as well. I think that is an interesting idea as well. Like, for example, doing clashes or something of the sort. Clash of Code, it's called. Clash of code or some kind of coding game. People are going to dig this up, calling girls thoughts when you make it big, Ben. Samba, I'm not planning on trying to teach a girl how to program. I'm planning on teaching a thought how to program. So I'm not saying that a particular girl is a thought. I'm saying I have found a thought and I will be attempting. Try to teach a chess player programming. Yep. You could basically fill this in. Try to teach any famous Twitch streamer, right, to code. The problem is getting one of them interested. That's the problem. Yeah, there's guys thought. I mean, the problem with guy thoughts is they're just not. It's not going to be work as well and for the dev community, I think. Collab with Coding Train or Coding Garden. Yes, I actually think that is an interesting idea as well. Coding Train plus Coding Garden. Pretty much, William. I focus on JavaScript. Well, TypeScript, but yes, pretty much that. Like, I haven't really been doing other than that style web dev things. No thank you, Cricket. Try to get a session with Gennady Korotovich. I don't know who that is. Belarusian sport programmer. Does he stream? There was somebody else that I was actually asked me if I ever wanted to collab sometime. I might do something in the competitive scene with, I forget his name, Eric. This guy's good at that too. I don't know if he's as good as Gennady, but I might do something here. How about Clever Programmer? Yep, these are all ideas. Not, I mean, doesn't necessarily have to be for Twitch per se, but for finding a entertaining live stream coding thing. Yeah, we'll start live streaming soon. Function actually just stopped. He just stopped. Maybe I'll put this in the description. The problem with trying to teach someone from Instagram is they may not even know what Twitch is, and that whole thing is harder. If they're already on Twitch, it's very easy. Okay, so let's shelf this. I need to think some more on this because there's probably something else to crack into this. But pretty much I would say the top tier coding streams at the moment are Michael Reeves, the Giot guy. I'm misspelling his name. George. We'll just call him George. And that's pretty much all I know. I think Coding Garden is doing all right. I wouldn't say tier down. I'm sorry, Coding Garden, but I would say you're a tier down from this. This is all, actually there's one other one. It's kind of related. What is his name? He does scams. Kitboga. I forget about Coding Train. Coding Train is pretty big. You're right. He's just. Does he ever do Twitch? I think he only does YouTube. I could be wrong. Yes, I actually knew what you're talking about with Adam. I'm gonna put him in. We're gonna put this in the category of 1 to 500 viewers, maybe 1,000 plus. I'm not sure what Coding Train gets. Yes, I actually did a. There's a video coming out with William soon. Does Clement do? This is Twitch. Twitch guys. Twitch, or sorry, live coding streams. Yeah, there's a delay in the stream. That just sucks. That's YouTube. What's your tips for being a tech YouTuber? Just start making videos, bro. I don't even know if he's gonna be on the lower end if he does. I think these are higher than. This is like. Let's do this. This is kind of how I feel like the tiers are. Squiggly. Jonathan Blow. Roasting code is very difficult, though. I've tried it. King Dario, that's the thing. That's the thing. Notice as we get higher up, like these, like I don't think Michael codes all the time either on stream. You have some programming element to it, but you have some non-programming elements. And yes, maybe this doesn't even count. Okay, let's go ahead and start. Yep. This is just I need to think on how I can mix these things some more. Okay, so let's get started. Refresh my queue. Haha. Haha. I'm unhackable. I'm unhackable. Nice try. By the way, this should be a pretty easy website to hack. The source code's open too. How long does it take you on average to edit and publish a video? Maybe like an hour max to edit. Depends how complex it is. Don't worry about it, New. I'm not sure who came here first, New or Pumpkin, but I know New's been trying to get in a couple streams now, so I'm gonna do New first. Don't be fooled. E-girl, I mean, anime profile picture is never. I mean, I don't want to say never, but is rarely. Rarely is not a good word for this. Rarely. Let me. All right, oh, this is King Dario. You're new on Discord.
Not particularly.
Oh, I don't know how to pronounce your name on Discord. I've been calling you New. You're Nuei. Not that you're new to the platform. That's how I say your name.
Every name that I come up with, people have trouble pronouncing, so I don't really care anymore.
How do you say King Dario? Because I believe it's
You're
not King
you're
Dario, but I'm
you're
gonna
adding
keep
in an
calling you
extra
that.
syllable there. It's King Darrow. There's no other I.
Yeah, I know. There's Dario from this book, and so I just kind of mix them. Pumpkin, I'll get you after this.
Hmm.
All right, let's close that. All
All
right,
right,
I'm seeing
cool.
some Kotlin code. You're making me feel a little nervous right now. What's going on here? Are you an
It's
Android
perfectly fine.
boy?
I'm not. I'm actually. Here's the thing. I actually do TypeScript and React professionally, but I don't have any presentable TypeScript and React projects at the moment. I only have this.
And what is this?
this is um this is a music bot. I originally built it with the purpose of wanting to like have persistent playlists, but right now it only has a radio mode, and since the radio mode happened to be really useful, I sort of just stuck with that and kept using it.
So by radio mode, like it plays the literal radio, or it just plays some random music?
It plays random music. It uses YouTube's related videos API to get related tracks to whatever you put in.
Wait, does YouTube let you just play music?
Uh,
There's no
sort of,
way.
kind of yes, and kind of no. It's this library called um not JDA, it's Lava Player. That's what I'm using. It downloads YouTube videos and then plays the audio through Discord. I don't know how legal it is,
I
but it
see.
hasn't been
Yep.
taken down yet.
I was gonna say because when I close that YouTube app, YouTube is shutting off that audio ASAP, and they
Right,
hate anyone who tries to like keep the audio on.
right. I mean, I don't know. It works. It works fine. I've been using it a couple times and it works fine.
Yeah,
Like,
it probably does work. It's one of those things where it works until someone at YouTube sees it.
yeah. Um, yeah, like music bots are a thing and they haven't really been like copyright stricken. So yeah, I just built this and
Let's. I'm
yeah,
gonna
you probably
just.
want to grab a syntax highlighter.
Yeah, I'm grabbing that right now.
It doesn't have to be fancy since we're probably not going to run and debug it and all that stuff.
All right, I'm seeing pretty code now.
All right, cool. Yeah, I guess I'll just run through it from the top. This init function, not really much happens here. Um, if you want, you can follow my cursor. Click the little pin in the top
Yep,
right.
I'm
Oh,
followed.
you got it. Okay, cool. So yeah, we just have this. This adds the listener that listens for when tracks either play or stop, as you can see right here. So when a track ends, we go to the next one. Pretty simple. When something happens, we print the stack trace. I don't know
When
what track
something
stuck
happens,
when something bad happens. I don't know what track stuck means. This has never happened before. I just put it here just in case
I'm
because
guessing like network timeout.
yeah, something like that. Like maybe like yeah, probably.
What
And
motivates
then
you to write this in Kotlin? I'm assuming you already have like an Android device, and you
I
wanted to create it for yourself.
oh this is just a Discord bot, right? Like I actually did want to make it in TypeScript originally, but I couldn't find any libraries that had like amazing support for as many music sources as Lava Player does. It supports like SoundCloud, YouTube, Bandcamp, Vimeo, just direct audio files, everything. So I'm just like,
When
screw it, just pick this up.
when you say it's a Discord bot, so it's not an Android app.
It's a Discord bot, yes. It's basically like you know like
Okay, because I
just
just
like
saw like Gradle over here, and I just like assumed that this was an Android app. So you're actually just doing Kotlin. And this is like a server.
yeah, this is just straight up just the Java.
Oh,
It's a compile to Java or compile to somebody's gonna kill me in the chat for using the wrong word, but compile to
guys, we
JRE.
have a Kotlin noob. He's not using the right terminology.
Damn, I got caught. But yeah, like Gradle is actually like a generic thing. It's used for
Just like a
most
building thing.
yeah, it's basically npm for Java and Kotlin.
Bytecode.
I mean that's also not completely correct, but that's the closest that's the closest equivalent that I can make. But yeah. And like this line right here, this line gave me so much trouble. I spent like an hour like trying to figure out why my freaking thing wouldn't build. And it's because somebody randomly includes POM files. in their libraries, which you're not supposed to do, and that just it's hard to explain, but pain.
Because they were using the other system. I forget what that's called. Maven.
I think so. I don't know, something like that, but it's not even supposed to be there. But either way, yeah, I guess back to the code. So this part right here, this part is really cool. I like it. This uses a I forget what it's called, a delegate. It's called a delegate. So like um this is the same as if I did private var radio equals null underscore that, and then if I had a private val radio set uh whatever and then private val get I'm butchering the syntax, but so like what it does is when you set this, it runs the code inside of here. So I can basically have a use effect from React, which is really nice.
A use effect, except there's no life cycle.
I mean, it's the closest equivalent I can make.
Almost like a
It's
function call.
basically, yeah. So
Oh,
when you
it's an
set it,
observable. Okay.
yeah, it's an observable. When you set it, it just runs this. It plays the track if radio exists, and then sets the presence to the current playing track and sends a message announcing it. Otherwise, it like sets a status so that you know what command to run to play a radio.
What is your least favorite part about Kotlin?
My least favorite part, Wulad. Okay, so there's a problem in Kotlin. So normally you're able to declare multiple classes in one file in one module, right? That's not a problem. You can declare one variable that's named one thing in one file and then name the same thing in another file. This is how modules should work.
Yeah.
But you can't do the same with private classes. If you try to put a private class in one file and in another file, and they're both named the same thing, it will error, even though it most definitely shouldn't. It is the most asinine thing in the world. When I ran into it was like such an obscure problem. I didn't even know it was wrong at first, but yeah, if anything, that's just so weird.
I'm just looking at this code, and this looks pretty readable, to be honest. This looks like, it reminds me kind of Java, but kind of not Java.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
like a cleaner version.
it is meant to be like familiar to Java people, and I think they succeeded at that, especially given that IntelliJ has a thing where if you copy Java code into the editor, it'll convert it to Kotlin.
Really?
Yeah, straight up.
Oh wow.
And I used that like 3 times since like the ecosystem is full of Java examples, and sometimes you can't find a good Kotlin specific library, so you just get the Java code and it just works. TM.
Where's your DB logic?
There currently is none, but I did plan on adding a database to persist the state eventually. I'll probably end up using Kmongo because it has the nicest library interface. But I've looked at a lot of options too.
I assume that's just a driver for Mongo.
Yeah, it like lets you just use straight data classes, which is really nice.
Google. What do you use your Google API key for? Is that for to make queries for Google for related music?
Right, that's for the YouTube API.
Okay.
And I removed my end file beforehand, so there's no risk of that.
That's a good idea. I actually just clicked in, not thinking too much about it.
It's fine. Yeah, you can click wherever.
I'm a clicker.
Even if you did, I could just reset it. But yeah, either way.
Well, I have not too much else to say about Kotlin code. I'm glad I'm over here in TypeScript.
I mean, personally, I like Kotlin as a language more than TypeScript. I like TypeScript's
Ooh.
ecosystem, but like I like Kotlin as a language quite a bit because like it has fancy features like return as expression, which is
Mm-hmm.
like way more useful and not as weird as it sounds.
I I would definitely go down the Kotlin route if I had to do Java again, but I'm hoping I never have to do that again.
Yeah, you generally hope you don't, but I mean, I think Kotlin is a pretty modern language. I think JetBrains did a fantastic job with it, just the language itself and the editor tooling and everything.
I've been trying to avoid touching native stuff because I do React Native, but there might be a day
Yeah.
where I break it out.
I do React Native too, and I actually have had to write some native Kotlin extensions and a little bit of Objective C too, and it's not fun. It's horrible, but it's
Wait, do
sometimes
you
a
do
necessary
Objective
evil.
C for the iOS side instead of Swift, or is it optional?
Actually, I do Swift, but sometimes you can't avoid Objective C. We have like we have like already written code in Objective C that I had to edit,
Yeah.
so it's not all bad, but still kind of avoid it if you can, I guess.
Somebody asked, what does the at name decorator do in Kotlin?
Uh, that I assume they mean this unstable default implicit reflection serializer. Um, this is an annotation that denotes that you're using experimental APIs, and that is if I go to youtube.kt, it's everywhere in this file. It's the serialization API, which isn't fully stable yet, but it works pretty much fine. Haven't run into any issues yet.
If it serializes it, it's turning into a string. Is it just what? Is
Right.
this what you just? Is that what you have to do to get like the types for the particular object that you're fetching from the API?
Well, the type is right here, this video list type,
Uh huh.
and that's declared as a class. And I mark it with serializable to say that this can be used for serialization. So this is sort of like if you know joy or I guess yup in npm. This is sort of like that.
I remember doing some kind of like POHO stuff when I was doing Java. It kind of reminds me a little bit of this, and it feeds it into the class and creates all the objects for you, I'm guessing. No,
Yeah, something like
Matrix.
that.
I don't know Kotlin. I used Java a while ago, and he's just showing me some Kotlin things.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting language. Depends on how familiar you are with it. Um, I'm trying to see. There's like some if there's like anything interesting I can point out.
Yeah, I'm sorry to
Honestly,
keep
no, because
jarring, bro. I'm
I
getting
try to
bored.
like I try to like write like the most boring, cleanest, clear code that I possibly can.
Code your grandpa would write.
Right? Like I don't like to be fancy. Sometimes it's tempting to like use let everywhere, but no.
What does let do in this context?
Sometimes you can take an object and then you can do like let's just do right here. You can take an object and you can do like dot let on it, and then you can do stuff with that object within this scope. So I could say uh, this dot, or I guess it dot um, current track or something like that. But most people do apply instead, which just lets you remove the it. So this lets me access the current radio track, for example. So it's like a JavaScript with block, but type safe.
I see.
Yeah, it's a pretty handy feature.
Does this have a match,
It
pattern
does have
matching?
pattern matching. Yep,
Oof, I'm
right
jealous.
here. This when statement. It is very nice. Like you can also do like pattern matching with like is instances as you saw up here with the audio player listener and the JDA event listener. You could honestly use the when keyword for everything in the language if you wanted to, but I think if is sometimes more readable. Well, yeah, pattern matching really nice.
So, my last question, what was the hardest part of this project?
Um, I'm trying to remember. So like I think this is probably like a personal problem, but like I always get stuck on like how to like architect the code and like how to organize things, and like I used to have this like cool like command system, right, where it like supported like nested commands and command groups and all that stuff before I just landed on this huge when statement, which just ends up being way more readable. I think aside from like organizational issues, I had some issues with like trying to figure out how YouTube like returns the stuff and like figuring out how Kotlin deserialization works since I didn't have any experience with that. Uh, Figuring out why I had to add these decorators, but IntelliJ does that for me.
You
I
gotta
think just
spam them
figuring out like
everywhere too, huh?
yeah, you have to because wherever you put the decorator, its callers have to have the decorator, and the class containing class has to have the decorator, and then the people who instantiates those classes have to have the decorator. So it's just It's like async await.
Is this optional chaining too that I see, or is this a different syntax for something else in Kotlin where you got the question marks?
Right. It is actually optional chaining. It works differently in JS. Like in JS, you can leave it off in some places if this exists always, but in Kotlin, it's just null right here, straight up. You just have to keep adding question mark if you want to keep trying to access to the end.
Oh wow.
Which I think is, I don't know if I would say it's better. It has its trade offs.
Yeah. All right, I'm getting bored of Kotlin now. Thank you for
Yeah, I
the
don't blame
short
you.
tour, King Dario.
Yeah, sure.
It was nice talking to you. This is, I think, I've like seen you around a lot, but this is my first time talking to you in
Yeah.
person anyway. Well, not in person, but on voice.
Yeah, as in person as you can be.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to peace out.
All right. See you later, man. Have a good stream.
You too.
Bye.
We'll do one Clash if you want, but Clash is actually boring as balls. I didn't forget about you, Pumpkin. We're gonna get to you. The problem is the proms are just way too boring. I need to get my login from... I'm just gonna create a temp one, guys. I'm too lazy to go at my other login. You guys are gonna see this and you're gonna be like disappointed. I want to create a clash and then invite you guys. Join a clash. I'm not sure how I can share a particular, how I can create. Does anyone know how you can create one? Let's close VS Code. All right, I'm just gonna try this. I'm going to try this, and we'll just see what happens. Compete, no. Clash. These are all not the right buttons. Where did the button to start the clash go? You can create a private one. Alright, someone else create a private one, invite me. I have no idea what I'm doing here. We might just become friends. Jito, they are. I just need to like turn down my brightness a little bit, and now it should be less of a thing. But yeah, as you can see, like as the screen gets white, it like... Alright, so people accepted my invite, but I don't know how I do anything else now. There's a share this clash button in a given clash. Yes, I was gonna go do that. I mean, I'll just do that, I suppose. I didn't want it to like fill up right away. Where was the button to start? This is actually tilting me. There we go. You see that as soon as I have it at a certain breakpoint, it actually just disappears. Hey, e-girl Simon's back. Um, did anyone read the button that I pushed OK on? I'm not sure. Okay, so I think shortest mode means I try to do this as fast as possible. If you didn't get into this clash, I'll do one more. They're super dumb. We'll do one. We'll be done. A single line sentence with unknown amount of words and no punctuation. The characters are only containing uppercase letters of the alphabet. The encode decode sentence. Wait, so we decode it to this, but I have no idea how. Shortest mode is shortest number of characters. Okay, I'm on. Means that each character in text is replaced by the letter 13 places further along in the alphabet. I already don't want to do this. Yeah, guys, I got tilted. I'm just going to go back to pair programming. All right, let's go, pumpkin. I know I could have used Python's alphabet, and I know I could have done plus 13. I just can't be bothered. Like, it's so easy, I want it harder. And so I just can't be bothered to do the easy one. Hello, pumpkin?
Can you hear me?
Welcome to the stream. I can.
Oh, cool. I got my Visual Visual Studio Live.
Excellent.
Um, oh, also, hi from Brazil. I
It's
mean,
it's good to see you. How has your name come to be Pumpkin?
oh no, my name is Jason.
Oh,
My,
that's
yeah,
less exciting.
yeah, but it's not all that common. Jason isn't a common name here in Brazil. So, you see my project?
Yes.
I got a this is a project that I'm working on. It's an app where teachers can create homework, and basically kids will be able to do it through Unity, like through a game. And I'm using React and Firebase, and I wanted to know like how should I code this better? Because it's starting to get a little bit large, and I am definitely having some problems.
Okay, what's your problem?
I think the first thing,
We got a
I'm
lot of fellow
sharing my.
Brazilians in chat right now rooting you on.
Oh, that's cool. Yay, pessoal. Um, so basically, maybe I should share my screen so you could see the app.
You can actually just start it and I will see it as well.
Oh,
It'll
sure.
share it in terminal.
It's already shared through live code, the local host.
All right. Oh, you're right. It is. Let's pop in there.
Yeah, so basically the problem that I'm having is that almost every page over here is cached. So
Also, make
every
sure.
act
Do you have a server portion to this? Make sure to share that as well if you do.
oh, it's serverless. I'm using Firebase.
So is it talking to Firebase, the real thing right now?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Okay. I see hello
So
teacher, access your account.
oh, you can just create any account.
All right.
Um
Like, it's fine if I put junk in there.
yeah, sure.
Okay.
So because everything is cached, so if you create something, delete something, edit something, it has to like update all of the pages related. So when I create a quest and I put it in a group, and then I delete a quest from a group, it has to update every single page involved in the app. And that's getting very, very messy. Because like you make one change, you update one quest, and in all of the groups that are cached in the app, you gotta go and update it. And every change takes more and more. So,
So if I understand correctly, you have quests which trigger group updates.
um, not exactly that. So once a teacher creates a quest, he can add it into a group.
Okay.
And if he edits the quest, it has to be edited in every group that it's in. And I mean, in the back end, at least what's happening is, every time you throw a quest in a group, it gets cloned. But that's for different reasons that I don't want to get into detail right now. But in the teacher side, you have a quest, throw it in a group. If you edit the quest, it's gonna update in all of its groups. If you remove a quest from its group, so you can the create button.
I'm guessing it's on the left somewhere.
Yeah, to the left, the first button. Clear.
Oh, right. I just totally skipped that one. Yep. And I can. You want me to create a new activity folder at
Yeah,
class?
yeah. Just create an activity.
Okay.
You can just create a normal activity, but you gotta fill in the things so that it doesn't give an error. I think maybe I should share my screen so you could check out.
Activity must have at least one question. Oh, is that a question? I want to tell you right now, your UI is jank. And the
Yeah.
reason why I say that is because I need to go below the submit button to add questions. And then I have to come back up to the submit button to save it. And so I thought I was done filling things out and I need to go down to this. You know what I'm talking about? How I kind of like ping ponged.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Um, I
Anyway, that's
just,
kind of like an
I'm not
aside.
a
That's like an
designer.
aside thing that you may want to fix at some point. Each question must have at least
Uh,
one correct answer. So let's add an answer, guys. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to add an answer.
yeah.
So let's see. There's only so many buttons to click on the page. These are
I'm
alternative.
sharing my screen if you want to see it.
Well, this is good. We'll look at your screen in a second. This will see how good or bad your UI is if I can figure out how to. Yep. Okay, I figured it out. I had to press green or something. Yep. Take the green. Let's go. All right. I'm looking at your screen now too.
Okay. So over here, I'm just gonna add an activity really quickly.
I just created my activity.
Yeah. So
Yours looks different than mine, by the way.
this page,
Yeah. Or at
yeah,
least
this
it
is
didn't. It didn't. Yours had the submit button like on the right. Oh, you know what? It's because I was like, I don't think I was in desktop view. I was like in mobile.
oh, okay. Um,
Oh, you do have a lot of tabs open. What's going on there? You're one of those
well,
people.
stuff from the whole week that I didn't check yet. So when the weekend comes up, I just go one by one, turning them off.
You have a big
Okay,
weekend ahead of you.
so over here I have the activity and I can add it to a group. So this is like a screen that complicated a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's say this is in three different groups, right? This this activity, this okay. So it's gonna show over here that it's in two different groups. Now if I edit the date, it will also have to edit the cache. How do you
Cash?
cached? Wow, it's really slow. Maybe it's bugged
Why is it
out.
that slow? Is it the network request or is it other things that have happened?
I'm not sure. It wasn't this slow last time I checked, so it could
All
just
right,
be that I
we'll
bugged it
figure
out.
it out. I'm gonna do it on mine real quick and see. We'll figure it out. So what you have to do is you just like, actually let's do it on yours so I can show you how it works. So go back to where you were about to press the button to submit
Okay.
it. So this is how you can figure out if it's the network request that's slow or something in your code. So what you can do is right click and open the inspector. Have you used the network tab before in the inspector?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. So yeah, we can
Okay,
just pop this and we
so
can see how long that guy takes to run. I didn't see anything fire off.
yeah, I think it actually fired when I pressed here. Yeah. So it's a code bug.
Okay, so it looks like the requests to Firestore in this case are blazing fast, but your other stuff is slow.
Yeah.
Whatever happens when you press the button.
No, the what I've noticed is that the button doesn't actually do anything. It actually updates as soon as you click here, so
You started to break up for a second.
okay.
You're back.
So basically, oh yeah, sure. Basically, there's a lot of stuff. So here I have the groups. So I click on a group, and you're gonna see the list of activities that are in the group. Why is everything loading?
Okay,
I'm not sure.
let's start with a particular problem. So
But
what your problem
so if I
is
were
it's
to
slow
edit,
when you're doing one of these actions.
if I were to delete this activity here, it would also have, yeah, I'm not actually sure why it's slow out of nowhere. I think he's still here.
Yeah, I am. You're just a little choppy with your. I think Discord is breaking up.
Oh, okay. Um,
Oh, Simon's going to
can
sleep.
you hear me?
E-girls got to get their rest. That's how they stay fresh. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
All right, so let's dive into one of these problems. Let's look at the code for one of the things that's slow. Daniel thinks your main problem is your Firestore setup and that you have a bunch of reference objects, and that it's gonna cost you a lot of money slash credits.
The loading button, I guess.
All right, so where's that in the code?
Bunch of referenced objects. Hey, yeah, it's pretty complicated for beginners.
All right, so do you want to go to one of the things and look at the code for it?
Sure. Um, let me go to this this button. What? Is it cutting out?
Yes, are you cut out when you, at the end?
I think my internet's kind of slow right now.
No worries.
Okay. So over here, I got a really long component because I didn't really divide it up, cut it up. And I'm using Mobex for state management. Um,
How come you didn't cut it up?
I'm pretty new to React. I don't know. I just usually I actually do mostly Flutter, and it's not that bad when you have large components in Flutter, but in React, I
From a
guess.
readability standpoint or from a performance standpoint, it's not bad in Flutter.
No, I mean, in Flutter, it's common to have larger components, cause like, well, I'm not sure. At least all of the codes that I've seen in Flutter are pretty large, as in
Okay.
everything in one file. But in React, you're not supposed to do that. So that's my fault. Um, the code that I'm looking for,
Yeah, this goes on for days.
I gotta find it in here. Yeah,
You found it?
let me get looking for it somewhere over here.
Daniel wants to know why you chose Firestore.
Because I wanted to learn it. It was new and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a good
so this is
idea. We're gonna let's turn off screen share. Turn off your screen
sure.
share in Discord. I think that's part of the thing that's making stuttering so bad. I think he just dropped out of the call or something. He needs to rejoin.
You can see my cursor, right?
Yes, we can. We're going to be following you as you type it.
Okay. Um, so over here in the store, I got a list of groups, and each one is this whole button, which I didn't separate into a different component.
Tisk tisk tisk.
I'm sorry.
It looks like you're using prettier, so I'm happy I'm seeing that at least. Could be
Yeah,
worse.
it could be worse. And the when you click on the little calendar icon, it's gonna show up this model.
All right, all right, all right.
So over here,
So what was this on the left side that you got
what?
to? Was it you weren't adding a class? You were adding an activity. No, you weren't. What was the modal? How do you get the modal to pop up? I want to try triggering it myself too.
Sure. The modal, I'm just using an
Nicholas,
observer.
maybe like 6 max. I'd say maybe 6 hours max. Sounds about right. What were you saying?
For the modal, I'm just using an observer over here. So you got show modal,
Oh no,
and then
how do I click in the application?
oh, you gotta click on the calendar.
And that's on the my activities page.
Yeah.
All right, my
Uh,
activities. Do I add activity
Well,
first? I need to add activity first, right?
yeah, first you add an activity, then you create a group, then you add the activity to the group.
All right, let's add this. Then I add, oh, I already added one of these. So now I add the activity to the group. Add to class, okay. And then I need to add it to the calendar.
You can click on edit activity to open the activity page. And then I'm watching you through
Yeah,
the
I'm just
stream, so
spam
it's a little
clicking.
bit delayed.
All right, let me just slow down for a second. I added an activity and I added
Okay.
it to a class.
Yeah, okay. So now if you go to the activity page, you can see the list of classes that it's in.
If I go to the activity page, like I click on an activity, yeah.
Yeah, click on an activity.
Okay.
And you can see the green buttons, which are
At the
it's the
bottom,
list of classes.
I thought those were questions or
Wait,
answers.
I'm not sure where you are.
I clicked on it. I'm currently in. I'm looking at an activity, and at the bottom, I see my question and I see green stuff.
No, not that green stuff.
I
It's right
know.
under the the name of it. There's a little button. It's like a white gray button. Adicionar em turma. I mean, I'm not sure. And then if you click on that, you can add it to a group.
Oh, I've added to a class a couple times. Oh, I need to click this first. Okay, that's what I was doing the whole time. I was playing. I didn't click it. Yeah. Okay, my bad. I just wasn't clicking. Okay, I'm there. I'm there. Everyone, I've made it.
Okay.
It was a struggle. I made it. Okay, so what I wanted to do the whole time. My volume is quite lower than the guy in Discord. Okay, let me normalize it. I actually forgot to do that this time. Can you talk? I want to see where your volume's at right now.
A, B, C
Okay.
test.
Now talk one more time.
Talking.
Okay, I think we're gonna be good around there.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna go into components and we can look at what the stuff is. All right. So I'm gonna just first off see why your button just like hangs. So that's in the modal footer. Let's look up the modal footer. How does that not exist? Modal footer. You have a thing called modal footer, right?
Uh, maybe not.
Oh, you know what? This might not be your code. This might be somebody else's code. Yeah, it is somebody else's code. So what happens? This is a library code that I'm looking at.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is
That's why.
it's called R Suite.
What? It's called R Suite.
Yeah, I'll send it to you on Discord. But it's a library, just like
Oh,
Material UI.
r.java.
The what?
I'm seeing Java code. Why is it showing Java? Wait, is this an app?
Maybe no, it's not.
Wait, where is
That
r.java coming from?
because I'm sharing the complete project, which also has a Flutter app.
Oh, okay. So let me just go into. We're currently in the client folder. That explains a lot. And source.
Okay.
I was just getting these really weird buttons, and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" You called this to save. To save. It actually just does not exist. What? Is it case insensitive?
Oh, that's because your website is translated. It's in Portuguese.
Oh, you're
Here,
100% right.
solver. Um, maybe you should share your screen on Discord because I'm watching through the stream and it's delayed.
I think we're gonna me. I mean, maybe it'll be fine sharing my screen. I don't know if it'll die trying to share mine and do this at the same time. You can
Oh,
see where I
okay,
am,
okay.
by the way, and if you go to VS Code, you can see both my cursor and.
Yeah, I'm following you. I'm following you.
Okay, yeah.
You're on the button.
I'm just looking for where the solve R button is.
It's actually in. No, I don't know where it is. But
This is a
it
problem.
exists.
This is the problem. I don't know why
Yeah,
this would not. I would not be able to find this when I search in your code. I put the exact string, and it didn't look like there is. There a? I didn't even see any like little tilde thingy bobbers. It's generated by the modal component library. Is your modal component library putting the name of the buttons and
no,
things?
no, 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 no way, no way.
You called
Okay,
it. You put Salvar there,
I put somewhere. That's it. Look, I
but you
searched it out and
typed
I'm
the word
finding it.
Salvar, right? You typed the word Salvar,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Me. Okay, you can
and
just
it's
follow my my
inside
cursor.
client/source, right? Somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm not tripping.
client.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me.
Okay.
I maybe I just need to say class quest at the top. I might just be noobing out. No, I'm not. No, I am. Found it. I needed to put class quest at the top. We're good now. We're good.
Okay,
I found
okay,
it.
okay.
All right, this is green
Um,
though. This one's blue.
this is
So this
this
is the
is
wrong
not
one.
it. This is
Yeah.
not it. There's different ones. I think it's
Oh,
edit.
buddy. Wait, this was working a second ago and now it's not.
What?
My search.
Okay, here. I got it. You can
I don't know
follow
if it's
mine.
just because it's VS Live Share and the share just sucks in this or something, but I'll just come to your cursor. You found it?
Yeah.
Perfect. We found your component.
Okay. It's a component.
All right, so we have submit edit quest is what gets run. You set oh
Oh.
Lamau. This is about right. This is about right. Okay, dude.
Okay. I might have forgotten. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I remember. I remember what I did. Um, I don't.
You don't remember
Oh,
what you
okay,
did?
okay. I remember what I did. So before I would handle the logic in this component,
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted a different class to handle this, right? So
Why?
instead of that, um, I'm not sure because it's more flexible. So I
Also, just
got,
out of curiosity, you have your function below the return. Is that right? What in
yeah,
God's name am I looking at? But then it gets hoisted up because it's a function. So what's weirding me out right now is it says the word return up here. So like in my brain, once I see return, there's nothing that comes after return, right? But then I
yeah.
see this function down here and I'm like, well, what is this
It's
doing
just
down here? And I think it's
JavaScript.
yeah, I think it still gets created because this gets hoisted to the very top. So even though it's at the
If you were
bottom, it's gonna come up. But it just feels weird to see it there.
if you were to put this in a constant, it wouldn't work because variables are declared in order, but functions are always created first in
Yep.
the
It's just weird to see that.
yeah. Okay, but I already know what I did wrong. So basically, instead of saving it, instead of this component handling the submission, um, I called this function, which somebody else can handle the submission. Um,
Who's handling the submission then?
whoever's calling this component. So let me see.
But don't you need to
You can,
like take in a prop or something
yeah, I am. I'm taking in.
on hide?
Oh my.
Oh my, what is going on?
Yeah, I'm wrong. I'm just wrong.
Oh wait,
No,
wait.
this just doesn't work.
Well, I know this function definitely doesn't work because all it does is set loading to true. But I assumed you wanted it to like work in a
No, no,
way
no.
where it takes a prop and then you call a prop in here,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Yeah, that was definitely the intention. I'm not sure. I just didn't do it. I guess it just doesn't work.
I think you just want this code that's commented there. Yeah?
Probably. Yeah, yeah. And then
I think your old
okay.
self had the right idea. But then
Um, why isn't this working? This should be in group store. Yeah, I don't remember adding this bug, but that's how bugs get added in.
true. True. So what is it supposed to do when you press the button? Is it you seem to be also like making a request every time you change a date. What's up with that?
Um, every time you change a date because I mean, that's it, right? I mean, when you change the date.
All right, I want to clean up this code cuz this code's weirding me
Sure.
out. So
Yeah,
what
that's
we're
fine.
going to do is we're just going to store in the local state what the current date is. So I'm going to just say current date, or you just call it date. Well, I don't know what you want to call this variable, but it's whatever they selected. And then we're going to say set date, and then it can default to whatever you want. I think you were re-defaulting. Yeah, you're just defaulting to blank. So that's fine
Yeah.
too. And then maybe,
There's one thing that the date comes from Firestore as a timestamp, and then you need to convert it to a date.
yes. Basically, you're going to just move this logic instead of putting it in your date picker. You're going to move it to your submit function. So we're going to have
Okay.
as your value here just the date, and then the on change, all it's going to do is it's going to set the date. I'm taking some liberties here that we can just, that this just works. I'm not sure what type on change is going to return back. Are we in type? Oh, we're in TypeScript. Okay. I'm pretty happy
Yeah.
right now. I didn't realize we were in TypeScript. This is good. All right, so let me set the types then. So this is either undefined or the value of v. So the value is a date. So date or undefined is the type. So we're going to set the date here. And then we're just going to handle this logic and the submit. So we're gonna do this kind of stuff down here. Convert dates and do whatever. Do you understand why I'm doing this, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
So the idea is instead of like changing the Firestore object every time they change a date, you just change the local state here. And then once they've
Okay.
finalized what state they want, then you can save it to Firestore. I don't know what syntax it is, but now you need to save it to Firestore. So I'm going to let you write this part, but you have a
Sure.
date here. You now need to save that date into Firestore. So write the code to do that.
Okay. I think I actually broke this code. Because it had a function, but I commented out, and that's probably because I had removed the function.
Yeah, we could default to today's date. That might be the best. Do you want to default to today's date, or would you rather just be blank? I'm not sure what's best for your application.
I think for this app it's better to be blank, because
Okay.
yeah, because this is homework, so like some
This is
homework.
homework?
It's not
Oh,
good.
this is, you mean
Yeah, yeah.
it's homework for the thing, not homework assignment for you.
Oh no, no, no. It's like the teacher's gonna give homework, and if it defaults to expire today, that's
Yeah.
pretty bad. I'm a student, I would hate that.
Ray, what was your question? Somebody said his eyes are crying with the green button you have here.
Okay, so I'll deal with this later, but I'm just gonna put a temporary. Because actually, what it's supposed to do, I really don't like using Firebase for this, because this application has a lot of,
Relationships.
yeah, not
I was
only, yeah, it
I was
has
gonna say I
relate.
think like what you sounded earlier when you were copying stuff over, it really sounded like you wanted to have one copy that is used everywhere.
Yeah, but there was like a problem with that, whereas like, what if you wanna? No, actually, that could have worked.
Yep.
Yeah.
As a React dev, do I need to know TypeScript? Hatham, you don't need to know it, but I would like, once you learn React, I think learning TypeScript is a nice addition to your toolkit.
Okay, well, I think I removed the function that used to do this, so I'm gonna have to look into that later.
Okay.
Um,
You want to do one other thing?
yeah, sure. I wanted to know, like, what's the best way to have a local cache with a lot of relationships? So like,
The You might be better off. I don't know, like particularly. There basically is two ways to do it: a normalized cache and a not normalized cache. I'm guessing with a lot of relationships, a normalized cache would help because then it's going to update in all the places.
a normalized cache would use
So
object references,
they,
or
well, you're using Firebase for this, so I don't know how you would like. How do you have this cached right now? Is it Firebase caching it, or is it something you wrote?
I didn't hear what you said.
Is Firebase caching this, or are you caching this with some code?
Oh, I'm caching it. Um, so I'll show you what I'm doing right now. It's
Okay.
pretty bad.
Because what I use
Uh,
is I use this library called Apollo, but that's because I'm using GraphQL, and it keeps a normalized cache for me. But one of the ways it can do that is because I'm using GraphQL. It
yeah,
probably doesn't make sense to convert your entire project to GraphQL to have a normalized cache through Apollo. So
yeah,
in your current situation, let's just see how you're currently caching things. You're doing it through MobX.
yeah, but I'm not actually doing the cache through MobX. I mean,
Okay, where are you Oh yeah, let's just see where you're caching this.
okay, you can see my mouse right
Yep,
around.
I'm following.
Okay, so basically, I'm using MobX, which means that every object is observable.
Yes.
So I'm basically just passing around object references. So if it updates in one screen, the other screen will also update.
Wait, so
And
you are using MobX for caching.
well, yeah, I am. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Uh,
Okay.
because Mobex, I'm using Mobex,
Yeah,
but Mobex doesn't come
MobX
with.
is totally fine to cache the stuff in. That
Okay,
seems fine.
yeah.
So what problem are you
Um,
running into with it currently? Is it that you just have to update in a lot of places?
exactly. So like the screen of the a quest, okay? You got one quest. It appears in three different screens. It appears in the screen where you visualize the quest, where you visualize the quest inside of a group, and where you visualize it in the home page. And the home page shows the list of groups that the quest is in, and the quest page shows the list of groups. So basically, if you delete the group, it has to decrement the count of
Well,
like the number of groups it's in.
before I even know what your structure is, I'll tell you right now what's going to save your life is instead of having these like a quest object in 10 places, you need to store the quest ID.
Um, What do you mean? Like,
So if you're using the same quest in 5 different places, you need to store, you need in those 5 places to reference it by the quest ID instead of having the actual quest.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
And so if you start using IDs places, and there may be a cleaner way with this in MobX, I haven't done this particular thing, so I don't know what if there's a cleaner syntax, but yes, you need to start referencing things by IDs instead of the objects themselves.
Oh, okay. That's
That
pretty good.
that will save your life, and then you don't need to update it everywhere. Like you shouldn't have to think where the object is all over your application. That's not a concern you should have. You should just have you have this object and then all over your application you reference that through an ID. And then you can just change the object whenever you want and you're good.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking about um well actually I wanted to know how do you structure business logic in a React application? I mean, I'm doing all of the business logic client side since I'm using Firebase, and that stuff is kind of getting messy
Well,
because
that
I
might be
gotta
your
have
main that
the
might be your main problem.
yeah. Yeah, because it's like I gotta save the stuff to the Firebase database, which I
Uh-huh.
do through the, functions or
I already
classes or
know
through that.
your main problem is you just have components that are like 500 lines long. So that's if you split up your components into smaller, I think that's going to be just nicer to deal with the business logic in different places.
Yeah, okay. Do you usually put business logic in components or separate
Yep.
them?
I mean, so if there's like something that's abstractable, I'll put into a function, and if it's a lot of business logic, I'll put into a function. But I will have like business logic components sometimes.
Oh, I see. Ah, that's cool. I
Yeah,
mean,
I guess it
I
there's not like a hard and fast rule that I follow per se. I just like see the business logic that I need and I put in my component, and if I feel like my component's getting bloated, I split things off.
when you split it off, do you make um like how do you share the state between the split components? Just passing the stores?
Well,
React
first off,
context.
if so here's I'll send you a link to this article that I wrote on state management, and this will basically explain it. It's in the context of Firebase. I can't tell you how you should be sharing some of this stuff because in Firebase, I'm not sure how things are structured.
Mm.
I assume that's going to be your API level. You also have this caching MobX layer, so I assume you access everything through MobX. So I
Yeah.
think if you're wanting to share stuff, in all circumstances, I try to keep the state local and just use state. And
I
if
see.
that state is shared across components, I just pass it through the props. But if it gets to a point where I'm starting to like prop drill a little bit and they're spread out or it doesn't make sense, then I'll stick it in MobX or whatever library you're using.
This is actually something that confused me a lot when I started React, which is like in Flutter, whenever you're gonna make a component, you should always make it in a way where the state isn't managed in the component per se. Like
We
you
could
let
do the
its
same
parent.
thing here if you like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm not sure. Like, is it better to create those kind of usable components that don't have a state, or should you just create components that manage their own state?
You should do
And
both and then you should see which one you like better in which circumstances.
oh, okay, just use both.
Yep.
Okay, well, I guess that's it.
Cool. Well, good luck with your project. It is looking pretty nifty. There are some UI
Nifty.
fixes I want to see, but
Yeah, sure.
good luck with it. All
Okay,
right.
thanks.
I'll see you later, Pumpkin. It felt a little bit weird to say see you later, Pumpkin, but Joshua, I think that's fine. Like there's definitely parts where you want to split out things into UI components that don't touch anything else for sure. Also, a lot of logic you can kind of put in hooks now if we're talking about React, and so that's nice. How's my queue doing? I don't know if I should even actually use a queue like this. I need to think about. I need to make this a better queue. Yeah, they tried. Guys, can you try SQL injection next? I'm using MongoDB, by the way. Try to do some SQL injection. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's breaking one of our rules. Big F framework? What is the Big F framework? Gherkin do server-side rendering. Ben, try and red team your queue. What do you mean by red team it? I do need to. I just like whipped this out today to try Tailwind CSS, and I actually kind of like Tailwind CSS. I want to make it a little bit better and try React Query next. Yeah, I might try out Chakra as well. I might try that one as well. Does that have good TypeScript things? I think it does. I installed like a specific library for this Tailwind. All right, I'm skipping you, Elol. I don't know what Big F is. Do I want to do some React Native? Yeah, let's do some React Native. Let's do Yasmin. Maybe I need a message, Yasmin. Yasmin, if you're still here, DM me on Discord. Van Veershan. I know I didn't say this in my queue, but DM me too, because it's easy that way. You can just see you here. Yellow Phantom. There's so many people that need help with Redux. Yellow Phantom. All right, Yellow Phantom's the man. Let's do it.
Hello?
Hello? Welcome to
Yo,
the stream.
welcome, my man. Hello. Welcome, stream.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
So I see that you're having some Redux problems.
Oh yeah. Hold on. You caught me off guard, but let me pull it up. Can you see it on your side?
Your code?
Yeah.
I have your code up, and yep, I'm on your cursor, so I'm actually on the same page you are. I see save
Okay.
track, queue, delete.
I guess you can look at the application, how it's sitting right now, from that link I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically just I think someone else had this in the stream that was like calling to the YouTube data API and
Okay.
getting audio from there to play tracks.
You can
and
also
create
just start your
playlists.
server. Did you have your server running locally on your computer?
Yeah.
So you don't actually need to ngrok it. You can actually, VS Code will like kind of ngrok it itself, and you just need to share the server on what port it's on. I'm not seeing anything in ngrok right now too. It's just a black screen.
Hmm.
Unexpected
How
end
do I
of. network. Okay, we'll try the VS Code thing first. Hit Command or Control Shift P, and then
Okay.
type the word server, and it should be like something that says share server or something.
Live share server.
Yes, do that.
Enter port. Do I just do 3000?
Yes, if it's running on port 3000.
Okay, I did it.
Awesome. Now let me open it up. All right, still see a black screen. So I saw an error. I think we're still going to see there. Unexpected end of JSON input. So let's look at that. A playlist.ts. Are you not using Create React app? You do your own Webpack config?
I'm not sure. I just used the template for TypeScript.
Okay. The reason why I'm saying that, it just didn't pop up the error message all bright, just like kind of hidden in the console. All right, let's look at your playlist reducer. Playlist. I'm assuming it does not. It loads okay on your computer, right? Or
Everything's on my end. Yeah.
Okay. So let's look at the playlist. Oh, you already pulled up. Cool. All right. Yep. So I just have. Oh, cool. So you just have a thing. It's these are your problems. I already know it's gonna be this.
Okay. That was an issue at first, and I thought I fixed it with that.
I think you did. That I was gonna say. I think you can parse an empty string. Nope, you can't. Do this. And are these? This one should be an object, and this one should be an array. Is that right? Or are they both arrays?
There one is an object, one is an array. Yeah.
All right. So let's try this. I think this should fix it.
Oh, was it? Okay, that's interesting. So it wasn't giving me the error on my side, but it was on you.
Yes, because
On
I don't
your
have
end.
anything in my local storage. If you clear your local storage, you could get the error.
Oh.
Yep. Racelio, that you can share that in general. That's fine. But no, anyone can join. So if you're okay with that. All right. So it's reloading for me now. I think it's just maybe restarting. So what is your other problem? Because this, I'm assuming, wasn't the main problem.
Yeah. I guess my main problem was setting up the store and getting root state to work with a use selector.
Okay.
For right now, all I've been doing is, let me pull up an example. So right now I've been explicitly defining the root state in the file. And I think I've been told that that's not how you're supposed to do it. And that you're supposed to go inside of the store and set it up somehow over here. Let me pull up the other file.
Have you heard of Redux Toolkit?
I think so.
Have you started using it at all?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to recommend. If you are using, and that goes to anyone in chat as well. Let me link it. Redux Toolkit. So if you want to use Redux still, this is what you'll want to use. And this will give you like Redux best practices. And I will probably cover what you're talking about here. I don't know, we can talk about this for a second longer, but I'm not sure I'll be able to help with this particular pattern because one, I just never use Redux. I know what Redux is and I know how to debug it and stuff, but I do not know its best patterns per se. So you're not necessarily like getting an error, you just don't like what your architecture looks like for your reducers at the moment.
Exactly. I thought you might have input or insight on like, what better practices for TypeScript and Redux.
Yeah, no, I don't really have anything. The link is going to be your best bet.
Okay. Well, thanks anyway, man.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry I couldn't be of more specific help.
That's fine. I like your streams. I like your videos. And thank you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Best of luck with stuff. All right, there was one of you, I think, that sent a link that I skipped over. They sent, I think it was William said he sent me a link. Who did I skip? I skipped Yaz and Elol. William in general. Okay. Let's go, William. Wait, you did Yaz. All right, William, I don't know if you're Yaz, but I see Yaz and Yaz was first, so let's go Yaz. Let me call Yaz. Did Yaz message me yet? Nope. Sorry, I need to like also kind of, this is partially my fault as well. I didn't really make these things clear. Yaz. There we go. Oh, you're William. Perfect.
Taking my code session.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, how are you?
Yeah, it's a little laggy. Sorry.
I'm laggy or you're laggy?
I think maybe I'm laggy, I guess.
I think you sound okay on my end. So we can let me know if it persists. All right, what can I help you out with today? You said React Native, I think is a thing.
So yeah, so actually I just redid my whole authentication flow.
Uh-huh.
So I'm using use reducer here for all my authentication flow. And then right now I'm just troubleshooting this user info that's coming up undefined. Oh, sorry, over here.
Mm-hmm.
This is undefined.
Sure, let's dig into it. So you're saying user info is undefined or the object you're destructuring is undefined?
Yeah, user info is undefined.
Okay, and this is coming from your auth context. So let's jump into your auth context.
Okay, so that's over in app.
Is that this? That's the provider. Actually, getting the provider is what I want.
Okay.
Okay, so you are passing in to your provider offloading auth funcs and then some state. All right, so let's go look at your state. And man, you have a lot of state in here. Here it is. All right, use reducer. All right, so basically when login is called, that is when you fill user info, or when register is called, or when restore state is called, or when logout is called. Update, no. Token, no. Token false, no. You just keep the previous for all those. All right, I see. And user info is interesting. Okay. So I see you set the default state here to be empty strings.
I did, yeah.
So I see where you're like, why would this ever be undefined? Because you obviously set it right here to where it should give you an object with empty things, right?
That's right, yeah.
And, oh yeah, oops, let's close that. And what happens if you just, instead of a use effect, I want to just stick it here instead.
Oh, instead of, yeah, let me try that.
What is, yeah, let's run that and tell me what the value of state is if it's ever undefined or what it looks like. Oh, let me turn you up. You're a little low.
Okay, yeah, I'm just waiting for the app to reload. Are you still hearing me?
Yes, sir, I'm still hearing you. I just need to fix my lighting real quick while your thing loads. I'll be right back.
Okay. I sent you a picture. Yeah, I sent you a picture of the error that I'm getting.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to also return null, so that way we don't get these things. So I'm going
Okay.
to if5 return null. So what I'm doing here is I don't want to render anything in your React Native app because I just want to see whether the value of state is correct at the very beginning. And then we're going to go from there.
Okay. Okay. So can you see the console logs when I run the code?
You have a couple bashes shared, so let me go see if one of them shows it. Don't think this shows it.
Oh, yeah, it's because I have the Metro bundler in a different terminal.
Yeah, if you do a Metro bundler start, then it would. But you can just tell me. Does it have? Is it undefined there? I assume not.
Let me. Actually, I got to reload the simulator again. It's just not like it when it crashes. It keeps not loading the next time around.
Yeah.
So.
Sometimes if you just do return null here, it will get mad. This is mostly when I do TypeScript. I'm used to doing this, so I just do an if statement, and so it conditionally returns a null, but then I just set it to true. This is equivalent to just me saying true.
Okay. Okay, so it looks like my state is not being persisted. As you can see in the app.js, I have like everything being stored to local state.
It's not undefined though. User info, right?
Yeah, well, right now it seems like something's going on because the app just keeps crashing. I don't know why. It's just like a white screen.
Oh no, that's not crashing. That's perfect. I actually did that to you. So when I returned null, again, I got rid of all your UI. So sorry, I should have warned you about that. It's totally white.
I got
Yes.
you.
Yep.
Okay.
So I know the UI is white, but in the console, the state is what the value you expect.
Yeah. So everything's coming back actually undefined. When I reload the app, that's what it looks like.
Okay, I kind of want to see what this looks like. So can you go to your package.json? I think you can start the bundler from that
Okay.
terminal. Well, let me see what these Metro. I think it's like React Native start Metro bundler. Let me see what the thing you do is.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to make it not open up in its own terminal window.
There is a special thing you can do. Yep, it's called React Native Start. So I'm going to say start bundler. Actually, let's just call it Metro. All right, so I added a new script in your package.json. So go to one of your terminals and try doing yarn or npm run start Metro.
Okay. Yarn, just yarn start Metro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm doing that.
Perfect. And you can close the other Metro ones so they don't conflict. And then you can
I did, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Then you can reload the app, and I should be able to see it.
Okay. So, oh, you know what? I made a mistake. Shoot.
What's the problem?
So I actually closed the simulator, so it didn't recompile.
I see. So you have to what's it called?
Yeah, yeah. So let me just run. So if I run yarn start and then I run yarn metro start.
Yes.
Okay. So is there a screen sharing thing? You know, there's a screen sharing thing in Discord.
Yeah, we could try that too. Sometimes it gets a little bit laggy.
Yeah, and then I got YouTube streaming going on.
We can try that first if you want to see if it starts lagging or not. If that'll be
Okay.
easier.
Yeah. Yeah, let me go ahead and share here. Share. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes. We have a fellow Mac user.
Oh yeah. I love Mac. I don't like Catalina though.
every Mac update is like that.
It's horrible. Okay, I don't think this is working. Let me go ahead.
By the way, we're just seeing your desktop right now. I don't know if you have two monitors. We just see like the rocks.
Oh, I do have two monitors, so let me bring it over. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, we can't see it now.
Oh man, that doesn't work. So I run yarn metro start. It says command not found.
Start Metro, sorry.
Oh, my bad. Shoot. Oh, nice. Okay, here we go.
Oh, is it recursioning for you guys? Why would recursion?
Okay, so I'm still getting the white screen. And you know what? I'm just going to pull up my debugger console because it's easier to look at that.
You can stop sharing your screen now.
Oh, okay. Screen. See here.
Yeah, it should be back. No, I want to get the darker reader extension. Sorry,
Sorry
yes,
about that.
I can still hear you.
Oh, you could?
Or I can hear you fine now, so you're good.
Okay. So can you see you can see the console logs in my terminal in VS Code?
Let's pop it open. I see things. Let me see if this is the right things.
I know. I think you have to scroll up a little bit to be able to get to the pertinent errors.
Yes. So you have an unhandled promise rejection. So let's deal with that in a second.
Okay.
So let me just search for app. We should have picked a better key for this. Let me just do a better key. Now try refreshing it. Let me.
Okay.
It's not saving. Make sure you save app.js first.
Okay. I have it on auto save. Is that gonna work?
Your file?
So just like VS Code is set to auto save.
Oh, okay. It just says it's unsaved for me. I don't know why. It doesn't let me save it for some reason.
Huh. That is weird. Well, I did get an error when I tried to generate the live share link saying that VS Code wasn't installed in the applications directory.
Oh. But it still kind of worked.
Yeah, it's still kind of working.
Anyway, can you see, does your app.js say it's saved?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it say Bob Martin? If you click on the pin in the top right, you can click to where my cursor is.
Okay. Nope. I don't know. I don't see it.
The pin in the top right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not there for you. Anyway, just go to line 330. And does it
Okay.
say app or does it say Bob Martin?
Oh, it says app. Yeah. So I'm hitting save on my.
I'm just gonna rejoin. I think VS Live Share just crapped out.
Okay.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Yeah, because I can see your if statement was null. Okay, I can see you now.
I think part of the problem was maybe I was sending too many bits in OBS. All right. Yep, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep, and I see Bob Martin.
Now
Okay.
go ahead and it looks like it should. Perfect. And then I just want to see this console log.
So I actually today I was using React Navigation 4, and
You upgraded?
I upgraded to 5 because I couldn't get the loading screen to show when the authentication state was
Switches?
changing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can actually help you
I
with
was
that. I've done that before, so I have a little thingy on that.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Do you?
But I was thinking with React Navigation 5, they make it such like an easier kind of workflow to be able to do that with
Yes.
putting the nav container in your app.js. But I had to switch my context that had all my my login helpers, like all my authentication logic was in a different component wrapping my app. and I had to move it into the app.js to be able to have access to the token and the authentication state.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just been a mess. Trying to like
Did the
redo all of it.
app restart? I'm not seeing the console log.
Not seeing the console log. It did restart. Here, I'll reload it again. So when I reload, I am getting an error, actually. Oh, okay. So I see Bob Martin. And yeah, everything is basically my, so state. Here, I'm just going to post this in the chat. So this is what state's looking like.
That's weird. You see it in Bash 3?
So in the bash, you have to scroll up like pretty far, I think. Yeah, you have to scroll up pretty far to be able to see the console log. I've got a lot of errors.
All I see is it rebundling. I'll just come look at it in Discord.
Okay.
So is your user info undefined?
Yeah, it's the
Okay,
default value.
That's the main
Still.
thing that I wanted to confirm. All right, so even if nothing is being displayed, it is undefined.
Right, yeah.
Do you know why it would ever be undefined?
Or I'm sorry, I mean it's undefined, like everything's an empty string, you know?
Okay, so it's the default state. So this is expected
Right.
then. Okay, so it's
Yeah,
not
that's
the
true.
key is not undefined. So it's doing what you expect.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's good up until this point. So what you expect to happen is it to restore the user info. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Does your app work, by the way, if user info is blank? Like
Probably not, because
shouldn't it
I'm
be
sure
able
you
to
could
handle this initial state?
like I'm dependent upon user info on my home screen. So like you could log in, but it would throw an error when we try to navigate to the next.
I see
like
what you mean. Because it's doing hot module reloading, you're in a screen that expects it to have a value.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I can already tell you what the problem is. Well, I don't know if this is actually the problem, but I think the problem is for a second, you're going to have to load, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's going to be the initial state then. So you need to be able to handle that in some way.
Okay.
And this might just be
Okay.
So you need to add something, maybe even at the top level, that when auth is loading, to handle it in some way.
Okay.
I think you are switching stacks, actually, whether the token is here.
I am. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that logs them out. I think you just need, so just for testing purposes, let's try this. Does auth loading actually tell you if it's loading or not?
It will. Yeah. Because like if you go up to line 266, you can see that like I'm setting the auth loading to true. And then I set it to false after the token is stored in local storage.
Okay, so this could be the problem though, is it's not defaulted to true. Let's go to auth loading.
Okay, so I have like loading
Yep,
state,
you know what I mean? You see how auth loading is going to be false for like the first render? That's going to be problematic. So let me, at least for my particular logic that I'm testing. So what I'm going to do is, just for testing purpose, I want to see if I say user info dot, what's a key that you know will be not empty after the data is filled?
Um, user ID.
Is it like that?
Let me see. Yes. Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Okay, so do you get what I'm doing down here?
Yeah.
So just for testing, I want to see if that does not exist, returning null, and then I wait for it to load. If it then populates and you don't get an error, so go ahead and try running that and see if that works better for you.
Okay. Are you still seeing the? Are you still not seeing anything in the terminal?
Let me pop it open.
Yeah, it doesn't look like. Um,
For some reason, it just has garbage in here. It doesn't actually have, like, for before I saw actual real stuff, but now it doesn't. I'm not sure what changed.
yeah, it is kind of weird. I still have a blank screen too. I guess that's because that if statement.
Yes, so we're just waiting for that too.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I need to put in a different location for you because I assume one of your components actually loads, like, does the logic, right? Who
Well,
calls the login restore
login restore
or the user restore that's supposed to fill the user info?
Oh, so that's at the top of my component here, like in app.js. I've got a use effect called that's dependent upon the app state.
Mm-hmm.
And in the app state, like if the app is like going to the background, I'll store the state in local storage.
Okay. So do you have one where when it becomes active?
I
Oh, you
do,
have
yeah.
it right
So
here. Yeah.
it's in the next block. Yeah.
And then, oh, interesting. Void dispatch. Okay, so this is where you're restoring the state and you're calling it in here. So are you seeing this console log? Because this should get rid of the white
No,
screen.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not actually.
So let's console log what the app state is here as well.
So it said I got active. Yeah, I saw that.
So it is indeed active, but it's not coming into this block.
Right. Yeah.
All right, let's add more consoles.
Okay, so actually it's saying that this isn't a function. That's what I see.
Okay.
It says this isn't a, okay, so that's over in, oh, that's weird. Where, oh, there it is.
Ben, please see if the app.js is even running. What do you mean, egmin? Was it this one? This function is what you were calling?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was saying not. And how are you?
That's what it says.
All right. What we'll do then is I just want to console log it and see if it's undefined or something.
Okay.
All right. See if that's undefined.
Waiting.
I missed the super chat. My bad, Robert. He said for on the dollar menu, $1.99. Love you, Ben. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate the super chat. Did I miss any others? Nope.
So that's not undefined.
I love you too, Robert. Wait, it's not undefined?
No.
What is it?
This is what it's coming back with right here.
Oh, dot get is not a function. Okay, okay. We need to go into your... Okay. This is not a thing then. Let's try this.
Oh. Okay, so I'm just calling the wrong method there. Hmm. Let's see.
Trying not to tilt. Sohan, yeah, I will be unlisting this video. You can message me if you want it afterwards. What's up, Benjamin?
So, yeah, I mean, these are the methods available on that function. I'm gonna.
Try running the code and see if it is indeed undefined there. The other problem is maybe you didn't link it. Did you see what it was in the console for you? Is it undefined?
Yeah, no, it's not. Did you see? I posted
Okay.
in the chat.
We're gonna go one deeper. See if
Okay.
get is undefined.
Okay.
We're on a journey.
Nope, it's not undefined. This is
All right,
interesting.
Owen, let me just read the type error properly. This might be your problem. So it's a secure local storage dot retrieve secure storage dot get is not a function. Okay. Maybe it's inside. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Were you gonna say something?
Oh, I hate troubleshooting third-party packages sometimes.
I want you to see if this returns a promise.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna put this.
It did return a promise. Yep.
Yep. And let's see. Is it getting here?
Actually, that's a good idea. Yeah.
What I'm also wondering is, we should be using some kind of debugger instead of doing a console log at each step. But I don't know what the best way to do this with React Native is actually. It's
really tough to debug in React Native. So I did get an error. It says key not present, but that's expected because I haven't logged in yet.
It hasn't been restored yet.
Yeah, it hasn't been stored yet.
You haven't stored and secure yet.
Yeah. So that's fine. I guess
Wait, so is it all of a sudden working?
No. So if we go back to like the app.js and then
it's reaching here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I already know what you're doing. You're returning this error, and that's just like exploding things, I think.
Oh. Okay.
Yep, we got it. We got it. This is what it is. So we'll come back to your code data here, and then what are you doing with this data? No. You should actually get to this point. Okay. You should get to that point. Okay. So
I did.
Okay, you were.
Yep.
Okay. So we're just gonna return null instead of the error. We can console log there if we want to.
Oh, okay. There we go.
And so when this is null, so like for example, that can't be parsed. So we're also just gonna say if not data return. And now it shouldn't crash. You should just see a white screen.
Yeah, I see the white screen. Yeah.
Perfect. Mika with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Mika. I appreciate it. He has a flying pear coming to our aid. Appreciate that, Mika. I love pears. Ral Maldonado. I'm going to try that one again. Ral Maldonado with the $5 super chat says, "Thanks for giving back to the tech community. You bet, Ral." I thought this was a roast session. No, Jim, this is not necessarily a roast session. If it just happens to look roastable, it is what it is. Yes, I do have fun coding. So we're good now with this, right? This is where it got to working code now.
Yeah. I mean, I still,
Beautiful.
yeah. So that's
This is step one. This is step one for sure.
it is.
So now we can get rid of my null down here. I just want to see. Let's see if this crashes your. Oh, you already got rid of it. Perfect. So what happens now? We don't have this return null down here.
I know. Yeah. So I know. I still get the. So I have my screen, and then if I try to sign in, let's see if the console is still not. So if I try to sign in, I still get that cannot read property user info of undefined over in the landing page.
And does user info become? Wait, can you actually put the exact error message in Discord? I want to see what that is.
Yeah, exactly. So I posted the picture here. So that's that picture of the error. And then I'm going to try to, I can't copy it, but it's happening on my landing screen.
Can I read proper user info of undefined? So yeah, your auth context is just undefined. So are you also seeing Bob Martin being undefined as well?
Let's see, Bob Martin. No, Bob Martin's not undefined, but user info is still all empty strings. So that's, oh wait, hold on. Yeah, so this is here. I'll show you Bob Martin, like what it's showing in the console. So it's not undefined.
All right, so this is what you're gonna do we're gonna just verify these things. So what component was the one that was crashing on?
Landing.
So I just want to verify X is indeed totally undefined.
Okay. So I'm going to try logging in again. And let me go down to X. Yeah, X is undefined.
And this is coming from your auth context. Landing is inside the context, right? app.js.
Yeah, landing is in my drawer navigator.
You have a provider around this. Oh, I think, where's your drawer provider? Sorry, not your drawer provider, but your drawer navigation.
My drawer navigator. So that's an app.js. So I've like in my return in the app, I've got my navigation container, and then I've got the drawer navigator on line 361.
Huh. That is inside. Like I am seeing auth context.
Yeah.
So that clearly should be an object. Wait, what in the world? Okay, and let's just dig into this for a second. So you have your drawer navigator. Okay, and then what stack is the landing in?
It's in the so.
I mean, you got a little bit of a nested nav here.
Yeah, I do. It's kind of complicated. So it's in my drawer navigator and then my home stack. And then in my home stack, I've got the landing screen. Yeah.
And this is where you're using it. All right, let's just look at this context. I'm thinking this context maybe what's messed up. Let me go back. What in the world is this? Okay, so what I'm seeing here is auth context is being imported from the app. And
I know.
if I click on that, you're exporting an app. Okay, that's your problem. It's not actually exporting the context. You're exporting a component, and then you're using that for context.
But it's working on my login screen because I'm able to access the function. So if you go to my login screen, I'm also importing my auth context there, and that's working fine.
Yep, and you notice the difference?
Oh, I forgot brackets. Yeah.
Yep.
That's why.
The brackets have done it, lads.
Okay, let me sign in. Okay, so yeah, I didn't get that error anymore.
Sorry, you're getting flamed a little bit in chat. Go on.
That's okay. Well, that's what happens. I mean, I did redo
it happens to the best
everything.
of us.
Well, this is what my my app.js looked like earlier. Like I pretty much redid all the navigation and all of the whole context provider, moving it around. So anyways, man, I'm glad that I moved beyond that. But what do you think about
BRB 1 sec.
Oh, okay. Well, so much for clear errors, you know. I would expect to get an error about a component not being imported the right way, or you forgot to export default component.
Yeah, and I think it's probably like a circular dependency somewhere in there, so that should have gotten logged somewhere, but it's all good. What was the next layer to the onion after this?
That in my app.js, I have this unsubscribe is not a function. So on line 82 in app.js, it says unsubscribe is not a function because I commented it out. So
that'll do it.
Yeah. So if I sign in, so it still doesn't bring me to my landing screen. That's where that logic with switching between the different stacks is problematic.
All right, so it should be switching stacks, but it's not, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's right.
And so it looks like you're switching stacks based on whether there's a token or not.
Actually, okay, it worked right now. So it did actually switch stacks. So actually, yeah, I feel pretty good about it so far.
Wait, so it's good now?
Yeah, it's working. I don't know if I'm going to keep experiencing this problem.
It's probably related to I'm guessing it's related to it loading the state that's being stored in secure storage. So the main thing you want to make sure is on your initial render, see what the values are, and then the values are probably being filled. And when the values are not filled yet and it's in that loading state, make sure you're handling it gracefully is the main thing to check.
Okay. Yeah, it's also tough because that's asynchronous. So
Yes, you're going to need to show some kind of loading spinner or something in that meantime.
yeah. Well, I really appreciate connecting with you, and you know, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll,
glad we were able to
I'll,
figure out what the heck was going on with this.
I know it is. It's getting pretty deep here, but thanks so much, Ben.
No problem. Best of luck with your project, man.
Appreciate it. Take care.
See ya. Greg with the $6.99 Canadian dollars. A small thanks for the helpful channel. Keep it up, and thanks, Greg. I really appreciate that. All right, guys, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna get some water. After that, I don't know if Bob is still here. I actually do want to kind of get Bob if Bob is here. Office, it's not even late for me. It's only 8:20. My lighting is not great. The lighting fell down in the middle. That's what happened. It's kind of like blinding me a little bit. I need to fix it. I'm gonna be fixing this soon, but we're not at a place now where it's good. We should make a meme out of Curly's. Oh, because you forgot his Curly's. I don't know if Bob is still here. I kind of want to do Bob if Bob is still here. I think he might have gone. Yeah, I think he's gone. What do you mean the e-girl thing, Jawad? Hopefully this isn't too dark, but this is like the light was blinding me. But yes, guys, this is good potential, but this is actually happening. Well, it's gonna try to happen. It's gonna happen when I'm on Twitch, which is gonna be soon. Josh, I may start streaming, try some streams earlier. We'll see. Maybe on the weekends I'll try a stream early, just for kicks, to see what happens. Jim, were they ever not crusty? Were they ever not crusty? How do I handle form validation in React Native? Yup. check my live stream queue. I know the queue is probably very large right now, guys. Wait, Bob just joined again. Is Bob back? Or I need to refresh? Oh my gosh, they figured out how to hack my queue. No, they didn't. It just crashed regular. Guys, they crashed my queue. The hackers got me. We got wrecked. Guys, we got hacked. We got. How do I see the logs? I did go to logs, right? Yeah, I did. So I deployed this to Vercel, the lovely Vercel, my functions. I think I know what the 413 error code is. Sounds familiar. Fudge. Fudge. Somebody did a for loop. Somebody did a for loop. So if it's too big, there's either too many people in the queue or the string is too large. So I first want to count how many items are in this now. Dang it, we just got for looped. We lost to a for loop. 64,000 items are in there. Don't tilt, it's the same message. I mean, this is not really tilt worthy. I don't see where it repeats. How do I get to find more? Mongo find. This is the code for this little queue, if you want to see it. This is what happens when you don't protect your code. I don't think that works. Oh, whatever. I don't really care that much right now. I'm not gonna. I was gonna see what the message they wrote 1,000 times, but it doesn't really matter that much. No, I mean, if I wanted a good queue, I would have done other things. I mainly just built this because I wanted to try Tailwind. I may try fixing some things tomorrow. I don't know if I will. Try aggregating by key. I want to group by a field here, but I don't understand what I put inside of this. Like what? What in the world is this? All right, I don't care. I don't care enough about this. They're still going. Look at this. They're just looping. Not this. It's my other browser. Yep. All right. I was just gonna turn this off. I don't know what the easiest way to turn this off is. This is slow as molasses all of a sudden. Let's go. Alright, I'm just gonna turn off my cluster instead. BRB 1 sec. Alright, our cluster's off. Yep, can't connect. We got hacked. Basically, the endpoint to I got hacked. The endpoint that creates, I can actually just click it here. So I have this form and hits an endpoint, and that endpoint you can just send as much data as you want. So they sent as much data as they wanted. Guys, do you think I got hacked by Angular devs? It's fine. The queue was kind of crap anyway. It'll be fun to fight the hackers and figure out a countermeasure next week. All right. Mm-hmm. 100%. 100%. There's not really a queue anymore. I remember seeing this guy for a while. Is Shreya's Poppy still here? He's offline on Discord. I don't know if he's still here. It depends. If you are still here, it depends what you want to do with Python. What? Is that you? What do you want to do with Python? Okay, I didn't really get hacked. This is not really a hack. This is not like a creative hack. This was just a for loop. Brute force is not creative. If you can do like if you got like a, that's the elegant that you're getting past my walls and crashing my MongoDB server or injecting data in a unique way. But all I'm going to do is put a rate limit or something on it. It's like, whatever. Look in general, what? It was, oh, look, they did math.random at the end. Those gosh dang Angular devs got me. What does it say? Is the best framework, fight me. Wow. All I'm saying is they weren't very creative in how we got hacked. No, it's just a for loop to hit my endpoint. Beautiful. Hello, Vin. Wait, Vin, you actually sent you weren't just saying hi, you actually sent a link. I don't know if Vin is still here. We can do, I don't know what you want to do, but I don't think the for loop was actually slow. I think it was my endpoint that was slow. Easy fix. If it contains Angular, return null. Freaking brilliant. That's actually what it should be. Genu, I do not hate Angular. Genu, come on over to Discord over here, and I got a command for you. YouTube chat sucks, and I could add a. I need this for when we go to Twitch. We'll like it. We'll have that. Can we have a live session setting up auth 0? That doesn't sound very fun. Why are you saying MobX is bad? All right. Rizaldi. I'm going to see what these guys want to do. All right, let's do it. Have not used Cube.js.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, welcome to the stream.
Hi. Thanks, man.
How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. How are yourself?
I'm doing all right. So you're doing some React Native stuff?
Yeah, I'm just learning and just developing new app. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And basically, what I did was I just downloaded a template from somewhere, uh, and I'm not sure if you can see my Visual Studio code, but basically, I renamed the app, and I'm guessing that's what caused that issue, but I'm not sure. But the app runs fine on iOS devices and emulator, but then on the actual device, when I switch to some other apps like Facebook and stay there for a while, and then come back to my app, then it just crashes, and all I see is like one red screen with some codes, which I don't really understand. But when I look at the log, it doesn't tell me much. But then I was looking into Google about it, and a lot of people were saying that the app name doesn't match with the module in the app uh, delegate .m in iOS Xcode. So I wasn't really sure how to go about that. Is it? But I looked at the names. The names are exactly same. Uh, so I just really understand what's going wrong and how to debug such issues. Really.
Okay, so first off, what is the error text that you said you didn't understand? Do you still have that or know what it said?
Yeah, I got the screenshot. I need to check how to.
That's actually a good point. Is there a reason why you're not starting from scratch?
Well, the reason was basically I didn't. The first thing was I was starting the React Native just to learn, and then basically I wanted to develop an app quickly. So I thought there was some app templates which is matching to the what I wanted to develop. So I thought there is a lot of codings in there, and then I could possibly start from there. But I should have started from scratch. But this is one of those things. I think I thought it might be easier to use a ready template and start modifying it. But then it works. Everything works fine apart from this error. Every now and then it crashes, and I don't really get much details. There is a crash report coming from the user uh, in the App Store, but I'm not really sure what happens. And it doesn't make sense to me when I go through the stack.
Interesting. I'm finding this
Yeah,
fascinating.
I'm not sure. Can I? Um, I'm quite new to this as well, Discord as well, so I'm not really sure how to send a crash report that I have.
Okay, can you I don't understand why is there a problem with starting from scratch? Like just I think you should just scrap this.
I know. I should definitely, but I think I can't. I just came so far now,
So I
but
would be doing
I
you a
think
major wrong by helping you out here because what you should be doing is starting from scratch.
right. Okay. Ah, Okay, yeah, no problem. I'll just probably have to just try it out and see what I
Okay,
can find
before
out. Yeah.
before you go, can you paste the error in Discord? I want to see what the error is first and see if this is how complex it is.
Yeah.
Problem was chat just got me in a bad mindset.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, I'm just getting that key. Not sure if that makes any sense, but that's what I see on the when the app crashes.
Well, I this looks like one of those errors that actually is super unhelpful, but I think I've actually gotten this one before. I'm trying to think what it was. I actually might know. I don't think I do know though. I think it was slightly different. Okay, so what did you change that caused this, I guess? Let's start there.
Well, I didn't change anything recently, to be honest, because I've been using this template for about a
So
month
we had a
now. I've been working on it.
recommendation from Zam in Super Chat. He says for $2 that you should start from scratch and use C sharp.
In C sharp, right? Okay.
How do you feel about C sharp?
Yeah, I'm good with C sharp actually. Better
Really?
than yeah. I mean, I'm not expert because I've just been working for a couple of years,
Oh,
so
well, what made you choose
I'm not
this
like
instead of
you guys.
Xamarin?
What's that? Sorry.
What made you choose this instead of Xamarin?
Well, Xamarin, I don't really have much experience. I developed, well, I worked on Android native using Java. And then after that, I wanted to, because I didn't know Xcode and all, I didn't want to learn everything. So I knew JavaScript because for web development. So I thought I should look at some JavaScript frameworks. So I thought the React Native sounds a bit better than other ones. The other one was Vue.js, but I think React Native might be good.
Xamarin
That's all.
Gober. Okay, I want to at least attempt something with your project here. So, what did you change? I can't remember if you said what you changed that caused this, or if you changed
Well,
something.
so I started using this about a month and a half ago, and then I think that I first thing I did was change was the name, and since then, I mean, there is no any issues. Uh, I don't think that that's a problem now. Anyway,
Wait, you've been
I
making
think
changes for a month?
yeah, I mean, I've been adding stuff to the template and changing of different things. So
So it's been working smoothly, and then just all of a
yeah,
sudden you got this.
yeah, and then what's
Oh,
happening is
this is
because
super
I think
easy. Let's go back to
because I
what the
think
last thing you did.
yeah, but only if I knew that when was it? Because I think it's been crashing every now and then
Oh
since
my
few days
gosh,
now,
don't
and
tell me
I'm
that.
not really sure.
You're telling me it's been crashing and you just ignored it.
Well, I didn't know because at that time it wasn't crashing on the simulator, so it was fine when I was just doing the development. But then I made a test flight release, and then gave it to some
So
of
this
my
has been
friends
crashing
to.
for the whole month.
No, it's been crashing for about a week now.
Okay, a week.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the first thing we can try, the easiest thing we do is, are you aware of binary search? You know how binary search
No,
works? All right, well, we're going
no,
to
sorry.
apply a binary. Oh, you've already kind of started to apply it a little bit. You've commented stuff out. Perfect. We're going to do the same thing. You just comment things out until the error goes away, and then you know where the error is at.
All right.
And it looks like you've tried some of this. Were you not able to locate it this way?
Yeah, I mean,
Zam said you should be
um,
using Git. Are you using version control?
yeah, I'm using it. Yeah.
So have you tried like checking out last week's code?
No, it's just only me myself working on it. So I only check a commit only when I see that it's stable. So I have commits from
Oh,
this
so
morning, but I don't.
only the changes that you've made, the 8 changes that you've made are causing the crash?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not really sure because I'm guessing. I mean, I must have done some mistakes
Have you
of.
heard are you aware of the git stash command?
Yeah.
Okay, can you git stash this and then see if it works?
Yeah, it will not work because I think the commit has already got the issue in it. So I will have to either undo few commits
Okay, yes, let's do that.
and try it.
I
Yeah, I mean, I mean,
Yes, so can we go back to or let's just roll back commits until it works. That's what I want you to do.
yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure because I mean, all I was wondering was if there is a possibility to get someone's idea about like, well, okay, I mean, if it just really needs some directions, to be honest, to how to go about that. But I think, yeah, I probably got the direction from you about trying to comment out things that actually work and that we show that, yeah, that should crash or it shouldn't crash, and then try to figure it out.
Okay, yeah, I think if you want to try that, I mean, yes, my main suggestion is going to be comment things out and go back until you find the thing that added it.
Yeah, but would you suggest anything? Because I just looked at this package, the React Native exception handler package. Uh, is that what you suggest to catch anything that's not caught or which is not handled correctly? Or is there any other better way in React Native to do that?
Set JS exception handler. I actually have no idea what that is, to be honest. I've always used this thing called Sentry to track errors, but that's for a different. It's kind of for production errors, not exactly for dev errors. I would actually probably remove that. You should just see, like, I don't know if that's what's giving you such a crappy error. Oops, I misclicked. Wow, we have a lot of React Native tonight. I would also try getting rid of that. Maybe that's what's contributing to giving you this crappy error here.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'll look at that and I'll try and see use some different approach, to be honest, and see how I get there.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for the advice.
Best of luck with it.
Yeah. Cheers. Thanks.
Cheers. Guys, I think he was 100% serious, but you guys are giving me such just like a the problem was I was reading chat and he was actually serious, but you guys made me feel like he was not, and it was just so confusing. I thought I was like at any moment he was gonna be like I like Angular and it just never happened. I think he was just serious the whole time, guys. I think he was just a real person doing real things, and I was losing it. Chat was distracting me. Yes, your code is a very personal thing. I was partially convinced. I'm not gonna lie that I was being trolled. I was pretty convinced. I don't know why. He just seemed so like, but then he wasn't. I think Vin might be still watching. Vin, I think you're gonna go places with your code and you're gonna fix it, but you actually should really start from scratch. Honestly, it was warping my reality. Rizaldi, I think I was gonna do next. We have so much React Native. I want something easy. I need something easy after that. I don't know if Rizaldi's still here. I've had enough Angular for tonight. They hacked my website. Loading. Hey Ben, want to code and stuff without React or React Native? What's left? Wait, Rizaldi's back. All right, let's go. Let's go. Mmm. 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 Oh my gosh. Do you have a lawnmower going? Do you have a lawnmower going? I'm sorry, I can't do that. I think after Vin, we might have invited some trolls. He might be real though. Yeah. Let's do a high level discussion with R. Morshi. Yeah, he is. Hello?
Hey.
Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, this is definitely odd. I haven't done this before. Yeah, so the main thing that I was hoping to discuss is I've got something, it's kind of a weird project, but I primarily code in Python, but like ever since I started coding, I had this kind of interesting idea where what if you could just write apps like front end to back end just in Python? And there's like other stuff that does that now a little bit, like if you Google like Streamlit or something. But yeah, I just kind of like forged out on that on my own. And so basically there's a Python back end thing, and there's a React front end, and Python tells React what to show on the screen. It's kind of interesting. And I guess
Before you go too
more,
far, you said you wanted to
yeah.
do Python for everything. Is it because you just freaking
Well,
love Python, or was there more to it?
um, I yes. So on some level, yes, I do enjoy Python a lot. But the other aspect of it is that there are people who only know Python, and particularly like data scientists and whatnot. And a lot of the existing implementations of like creating full stack apps just in Python are kind of directed towards data scientists who just like want to get their data into some dashboard or something. But I thought it'd be interesting to have a way to do it that was, I guess, slightly more technical, where if you knew some HTML and CSS, you could make something a little bit nicer and maybe more kind of production grade, I guess, quote unquote.
And so if they wanted to go, say, a more production grade and that level, the reason they're not willing to say, so it sounds like if they know HTML, but they don't want to do JavaScript. Is that
Yeah, there is.
is that like
Yeah.
they dipped their toe into HTML and CSS, but then they're like, nah, JavaScript's not really where I want to be. Is that
Like, yeah, a little bit. I mean, like, I don't know. See, these are the things that I think about
big sigh?
after. Yeah, now that I've been working on this for many, many months, and I'm probably just going to keep working on it just because it's fun. But I do think that there's like potentially some value in the sense that like existing like the main thing that I want to be able to do is just make it super easy to interact with existing JavaScript libraries, where if you say
Python.
Yeah, in Python.
Okay.
That's the main idea. And I don't know how easy it is to discuss like beyond that without actually showing the API, because like I'm kind of replicating React hooks in Python.
You built the Python React?
Pretty much, actually. Like literally, like the master branch of my repo doesn't have that, but one day, like a couple of weeks ago, I was just thinking, I could do that with what I have. So that's kind of what I've been doing. So I don't know. I don't know how useful the thing I've built is, but
Do you have components too?
yeah, like
Okay.
function-based components. Like I don't know how familiar you are with the syntax of Python, but you basically
I'm
just
familiar
throw a
with
decorator.
Python. I have not tried I'm curious what how this interacting with JS stuff goes. Does it compile to JS?
No, it doesn't compile to JS. So the way it works is there's a WebSocket, and on the Python side, there's it creates. I don't know the terminology well enough, but I'll say a virtual DOM of some sort, and it sends diffs over the wire to React to render in the front end. And there's some way.
Wait. So this is run on the server side, and then it tells in real time how it should render to React.
Yep.
Interesting. This is interesting. What made you... Okay, someone wants to see... Can we see what the syntax is for the Python React hook?
Yeah. I think if you... Okay, not having done the live share thing before, yeah. Maybe we can look at that. And I can just like open up a text file. Oh, do I need to...
I think you might just need to do another one.
Oh yeah, it died. Just a sec.
I'm really curious this direction of doing it all over WebSockets. That is
like it does make things slower, but because it's only sending the elements that change over, so long as you like the initial load, if you have like a super complex page, this isn't going to work. But if
Sure.
the initial load might be slow, but after that, it'll be fine. And if I'm thinking about this like really in a production, like if somebody were to use this in production, I think you progressively shift more and more of the, like maybe you'd make the whole app in this like framework that I have, but you progressively shift it more and more to pure JavaScript. So
Would examples be the best place to look?
go to, it's going to be like Jupyter notebooks are going to be, go to docs, go to docs source, and then go into widgets. I have like an interactive documentation thing and then widgets, and every file in there should be fine to look at.
All right, let's see if I can find the render function. All right, so the render function you call display to do at the bottom, and to do is your function.
So this is not like a complete example. This kind of assumes the presence of some sort of way to display it.
Sure.
But this is effectively your component.
Oh boy, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Elm a little bit. I don't know if you've heard of that at all.
I feel like I have. Oh wait, no, that's a programming language that compiles
Yes.
with JS, right?
Yep.
Okay,
It's
yes,
kind of
I
like
have
a
heard of it. I've never
Haskell
used
sort
it.
of JS thing. It reminds me a lot, just like the idom.html.input and like the syntax.
So the even crazier
You
thing
have a
is
use
that,
state. That's beautiful.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I literally have hooks. So the crazier thing is that similar to HTM, which allows you to just, I imagine you know what that is, just HTM, not HTML.
Is where you just pass in a string.
Yeah, so Python allows you to do crazy things, and upon importing a file, you can transform the AST. And so I have a way where you can write JSX-like things just in Python. So you don't even have to use this kind of pure Python syntax. You could write like a JSX string and have it work as well, which is kind of crazy.
So what motivated you to say have this server that then does it through WebSockets as opposed to, I don't know, compile to JS or like, I don't know, WebAssembly?
WASM is, I think, a ways off for Python, particularly because of the size of the Python interpreter. In terms of compiling to JS, I think that's nice in theory, but just super complicated in practice.
Sure,
like,
to actually code it's just way more complex than this.
But maybe not more well, you're probably just doing raw DOM manipulation. You don't really have, like, you're not able to take advantage of libraries like React, which will do like virtual DOM stuff for you.
Although, aren't you kind of compiling to JS-ish, but without actually compiling it to JS? Like, because
not really, because the stuff
emulating React things. Because like you could take
yes,
this,
I'm emulating it, but not compiling it. Yeah.
Because like what I'm wondering is like you could take this to do Python function and like convert that into a React component, and I imagine you kind of do that to some extent, but over the wire.
I don't actually send the definition over. So that the HTML that comes out of this function is turned into JSON, and that gets sent over.
So you don't actually have React on the other end, or you do?
I do. There is React on the other end. So if you go into IDOM client static and then core modules, it's actually a super thin React layer. But here.
Okay, I see. You don't actually. So what I was imagining in my head was it actually like converting that to React, and then the React gets run on the client, but you're not actually doing that. You have React that's driving things, but you're just getting like HTML from the server or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Not quite HTML, but like JSON, yeah.
JSON that you then convert to HTML?
Via React, yeah.
Okay. I follow.
Yeah,
This
so
is
you can
this
kind
is
of
very intriguing.
That's what a lot of people have said, but nobody uses it. There's like some
Yes.
stars on the repo, but
Well, you have to be somebody who is in love with Python and doesn't want to touch React at all in
it's a niche.
JavaScript at all. Yeah. But yet they want to build a website. There's got to be some
Yeah.
people that want to use Python that want to build a website. So
There are people, because there's stuff out there. Like, I think within the Jupyter ecosystem, don't know if you've heard of that before. It's another
some people
Python
in chat, yes,
thing.
I have used Jupyter before. It's nice. I actually have done some data science stuff and Python stuff. I've used pandas and stuff, so I'm a little bit familiar with the Python ecosystem. But
Yeah,
I've
so
not done like I've never ever gone this style thing. Do you want to send me the link in a Discord and I can share it with chat?
yeah, sure.
Maybe you'll get some users from this.
Yeah, so master does not look like the branch that you're looking at right now, but there's a pull request up which represents the state of things that you're seeing now with the hooks and everything. And like the docs and everything are kind of interactive, which is kind of cool. Anyway, I no longer remember what I was saying, but yeah.
Me neither.
Yeah, so I think the thing that I was more interested in, like, in terms of like a real question, the way that I'm even making, okay, how do I put this? So the thing that I said, where I want to make it easy for Python to interact with existing JavaScript libraries. So
That sounds
initially when, yeah. So initially when I tried to do that, the way that I did it was under the assumption that you could, I don't know, basically the same thing that I'm doing now, but dynamically import a library from just like a URL, like unpackage or I can't remember anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I ran into the problem that if you do that, everything, you basically get a second React instance, I think was the problem. So when I resorted,
if a library like depended on React.
yeah, exactly.
Oof.
So like I had my React instance and then dynamically importing something depending on React. That took me a long time to figure out.
What'd you end up doing for that?
So now I basically resorted to having a CLI for the Python side where you can effectively install the libraries and build them, I guess. I'm starting to get out of my depth because I don't know JavaScript that well. But I found this thing called Snowpack, which compiles things to like ES modules. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yes, I have. I haven't actually used it before, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it kind of made it simpler for me because I didn't have to like think about complicated things like Webpack. But I don't know, maybe Webpack is the right way to be going about this. Where what ends up happening is Snowpack just dumps out these individual JS files in web modules, and that's what I serve up from the server, so that when you on the Python side say I want to use package X, it'll go and look for that path and dynamically import it.
Interesting. So what did you end up doing how do you get rid of the duplicate React?
So the problem there was that, okay, how do I explain this? So my app was running React. And so I would dynamically import something that depends on React from, say, like Unpackage or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with that is that where Unpackage imports React from is not the location of my React library, if that makes sense. So like I don't really know how to explain it better than that, but basically it wasn't importing the same React.
Yes.
It was importing the React version on unpackage.
Yes.
And so that was the problem. And by just having you build it locally, just having
You have it
install
pointed
it
at the
like,
right React now.
yeah, exactly. Like it would have been nice if you could just literally point it at any URL and have it work, but I don't know how to make that. I don't know how to make that work.
Yeah, holy crap. This is actually janky as heck because you have to. I'm just trying to think about how this would actually function because if you did it on the other side, there would be all that other stuff because it's gonna minify the code too. Maybe there's a way to get unminified, but I don't know if that helps you.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a better solution than what I'm doing now, but it's working. I don't know how well.
So are you sending the entire JavaScript file to the client after that, after you do the Snowpack stuff?
So there's okay. So kind of the order of operations, just to kind of go through in my head again. Like JS is not my strong suit. So you install the library you're interested in, say Material UI or something like that. The Material UI I don't think works for some reason with Snowpack. But anyway, let's say you do that and you install it before you start up your server. Then what ends up happening is you go to the page, it loads up the main application, which is that thin layer of React, and it will go and request the kind of JSON blob, which it will turn it into HTML. And at that point, as it's done that, there's something in the JSON blob that says go fetch Material UI and use component X or whatever from it. So that's kind of the order of operations. I'm not sure if that answers your question.
So, but does it load it on the client side or on the server?
It loads it on the client side, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what you're asking. Like, does it send the source
in their browser? So does it? So okay, the source for Material UI is coming from unpackaged. Let's say, right?
That was the thing that didn't work. I'm distributing it from my server now.
Okay. That's the part that I wanted to make sure. It's you pull it from unpackaged to your server, and then, or I guess you get it from npm or something, right?
I just do npm, yeah.
And then you then pull it from your server into the.
Yep.
You send the JS.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. That's weird. All right, I think I follow so far, though.
Yeah. I kind of copied this from Jupyter. There's kind of the latest iteration of Jupyter is doing something similar with their Jupyter Lab extensions. So initially, I thought this was a really bad idea, too. And then I saw that they were doing it, and I was like, well, I don't know if I'm smarter than them. So.
Somebody in chat asks why you didn't use. Have you heard of Python? It's a Python 3 implementation of client-side web programming.
I think I have heard of it. I think it comes to. I suspect that's another compile to JSON or JS thing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I think you definitely write in Python first.
I have to look it up too.
I'm guessing it's going to be a compile.js. It is not JavaScript code. Instead, you will find Python code in the script of type text Python.
Okay, I feel like I've looked at this before. I think the documentation is not so great. But like the thing that I think would be interesting long term is not necessarily continuing to do what I'm doing now, but when when WebAssembly is a thing for Python, just using this kind of same API and actually doing virtual DOM stuff. Probably still using React because I suspect you could probably at that point you'd be able to compile both Python and JavaScript to WebAssembly and just have them interoperate.
Yep.
But so yeah, that's kind of probably the extent of the discussion that I had. So I don't know. Hopefully that was interesting.
Yeah, I found it pretty interesting that this architecture, especially with the Python server sending to client, that is the first time I've heard of this.
Yeah, there's I can't find it anymore. I definitely saw something else doing a similar thing, sending stuff over WebSockets, but it wasn't nearly as robust as this, and certainly not with a React style like functional component API. So,
Yep.
well, it's good chatting.
Yes, thank you for coming on.
Mm-hmm.
Best of luck with your project.
Yeah, I'll need it. Okay, have a good night.
You too. Wow. Better off learning Angular. Hmm. Yep, this is fine. Yeah, the queue's down, guys. Queue's dead. Yes, I did it. I don't even know if you want to consider it hacked. There's just too much data in my database. It couldn't load it. It's not really hacked. It's Alright, you've been telling me to look at Fire.jsx for a while. Let's see what this is. Alright, it has 2 stars. You're almost at 3. You're almost at open source fame. It's a good start. Okay, I'm just reading this, and so it says progressive React static site generator with blazing fast server-side rendering. Static site generator, blazing fast server-side rendering. Static site server-side rendering. Build professional quality FRGS. Gross with using. I think this is just Gatsby. I get tilted when Gatsby says it does server-side rendering. What is my uptime actually? This is definitely not my longest stream because I've done a bloody 24-hour stream. We've been up for maybe, we're coming on 4 hours maybe. No, we're not. I think we're closer to just 3. Maybe 3:30. I don't know. I'm getting bored with FireJX. It looks like you recreated Gatsby. And by look, I just heard it said get static site. Plugins. Wow, it's got a lot of command line options. I like how dir structure is away in the wiki. This is Vimium. Main thing this needs is a Y. Currently using a crappy mouse. Event was a good segment. I was just confused. Night free food. All right, I think I want to try a Clash of Clans. I didn't spell it right. What is it called? What is this called? It's not called Clash of Code. There we go. Yep. I rage quit this earlier, but I'm in the mood now. I just need to remember how to start it. Why is it so hard to use this website? I think you guys can't really join this one well, but you can join the next one maybe quickly. Come on over. It's not letting me resize. Come on. You have to guess what to do by observing the provided test cases. Go away. All right, so the input is 1, 2, 3, and the output is 14. 3, 3, 18. 3 times 3 is 9 times 2. Seven times 2 is 14. 111 is 3. So if I add these all up, that's 3. Let's see this back. Square all and add. Wow, you're actually right. You're actually right. Dang, we got some big brains in chat right now. All right, so we're going to start at 1. Oh, why did I do 1 there? Even with help, I was a little slow. Even with help. Queue's broken. All right, we're going to do one more. We're going to do one more. I hate reverse mode. Why do I keep getting this? 64. 1 goes to 0. $64 goes to 4032. I hate this actually. Why did I get 2 reverse ones in a row? I just want to concede. 64 goes to 4032. Dude, this one-man orc is overpowered. He's already done. And he got it correct. Square the number, then minus the number. Okay, I think I found a little bit of a... Why do they like squaring so much? Guys, we lost the JavaScript. That's a feels bad. That's a feels bad. This guy's hunting me. You have to pass the maximum number of test cases as fast as possible. All right, I like speed. H numbers integers is by the sum of its own digits. For example, is a Hessian because is equal to what? For example, 1724 is an integer that is divisible by the sum of its own digits. All right, this is 19. Oh, okay. And we just say whether it is. Okay. So if n is divisible by the sum of its own digits, so this, and then we're just going to sum its digits. Sum is 0 for I in this string s plus equal the int of I. Go, 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 go. S, go. Really? Found, oh, divisible equals 0. Go. Go, 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 go. Gosh dang it. Are you kidding me right now? I have to dot like 2 lower this? Unbelievable. If I lose this because of that, that's a tilt. Easy. 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 Do Project Euler, that would be a much better challenge. Yes, this is not really for the challenge. This is for the glory. Ooh, my boy. FZ, FZ, FZ. Here, you guys can see my code. Oh, what in the world did he just write here? And he did some formula thing. All right, I'm done playing Clash. I think I'm just gonna end the stream here. I'm just getting tired. I'm ready on. All right, guys. Thanks for showing up for the stream today. I'm going to end it here. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch. In the description is the link. Highlight of the stream is we got hacked by Angular developers. Fortunately, I'll see you guys next time. Loading 0. I don't remember what I don't want to look at WASM.